Questions of the Bible, books and chapters missing in the story. Biblical scriptures and verses are not answered. It's hard for anyone to truly understand religion with all of the cultures, in philosophies and society. Religion is one of, if not, the most sensitive topics in life. I strongly believe in freedom of thought and would never try to convince anyone of being wrong in their beliefs. I know firsthand how frustrating and inconsiderate it can be to do so. I firmly believe in the Creator, which I do refer to as God. I also firmly believe in suppression of knowledge. Questionable theories or controversies are just too common sense to ignore. Some of these theories have even become public knowledge, even if it was from catching the suppressors red-handed. God's contradictions. God is supposed to be all-knowing, but the Bible is riddled with contradicting statements and inconsistencies. This raises serious questions about its reliability and divine origin. For example, in Genesis 22:12, God tells Abraham to sacrifice his son Isaac, but then changes his mind. This suggests that God isn't as omniscient as we're led to believe. 2. The devil's biggest trick. P. The devil is portrayed as humanity's greatest enemy, but what if his biggest trick was convincing us that he exists? The concept of an evil entity tempting us to sin could be a clever way to control our behavior and solidify God's authority. 3. The lost books, the Bible. We know today is just a small part of a much larger collection of ancient texts. The so-called lost books were excluded because they didn't fit the narrative of the church, suggesting that the Bible is not the complete Word of God. 4. Calling Jesus by his name. In Hebrew, the name Jesus actually translates to Joshua. This raises questions about the true identity of Jesus and the accuracy of the Bible's translations. 5. The King James Version. The King James Version is the most widely used translation of the Bible, but it was commissioned by King James I of England to promote his political agenda. This suggests that the Bible may have been tampered with to serve human interests. 6. Mentions of non-human entities. The Bible contains numerous references to strange and mysterious creatures, such as giants, Nephilim, and fallen angels. These beings seem to defy our understanding of human history and suggest that there may be more to the story than we are told. 7. The Great Flood. The Great Flood is one of the most well-known stories in the Bible, but it raises questions about God's motives. If God is all-knowing, why did he allow the entire world to be destroyed? And why did he spare Noah and his family? 8. The missing years. There are entire periods of time missing from the Bible, particularly in the life of Jesus. This suggests that there may be events or teachings that were deliberately omitted from the official narrative. 9. The resurrection. The resurrection of Jesus is the cornerstone of Christian faith, but there are conflicting accounts of the event in the Gospels. This raises questions about the accuracy of the story and the nature of Jesus' divinity. 10. The second coming. The Bible predicts the second coming of Jesus, but it provides no specific details about when or how it will happen. This creates uncertainty and anxiety among believers, who are constantly wondering when the end of the world will come. These are just a few of the many mysteries and inconsistencies that surround the Bible. By exploring these forbidden questions, we can challenge our assumptions and gain a deeper understanding of our faith. Just my opinion. Other questions include the idea of the rapture not added until the 1800s, and the perception of hell added in the 4th century, and revising again in the 14th century.